Today's episode is sponsored by Some Edibles CBD infused products. That's SUM Edibles and can be found at
someedibles.com.
They have a variety of yummy treats, including
vegan organic gummies,
brown buttered chocolate chip cookies,
and marshmallow cereal bars, just to name a few.
For fans of the podcast, you can use the promo code WIFE, that's WIFE, to receive 10% off your order.
Again, promo code WIFE for 10% off your order.
So, head to someedibles.com today. Hi, I'm Sarah, the Drunken Housewife, and this is Drunken Housewife Reviews. This is
her host and husband, Ian, who tries to keep her in line. God help me.
Full-time job. We are here with Larry Hankin, and I'm so excited about this interview.
The legend,
Larry
Hankin.
The man, the myth, the legend, Larry Hankin, who has been, I guess, Larry, it would be fair to call you that guy that's been in everything, wouldn't it?
Well, I guess I can't stop it. So
yeah,
I'll go with the flow. Yeah, I'm that guy. Yeah, that part I know. You're that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I am.
I'm excited, and we're gonna talk about this later. But I am excited because when he first told me, "Oh, we're gonna interview Larry Hankin," I was like, "Mr. Heckles," because huge Friends fan. But we'll get to that later. We're going to talk about some other stuff that people might not know about you.
Okay.
We're going to start with, until we started like really researching you, did not know you were nominated for an Oscar in 1980 for the short Solly's Diner.
Yeah. Wasn't that weird?
That and we found it. It is available on YouTube for anybody who wants to check it out.
Definitely check it out. It's very fun.
Definitely check it out because it had a few little twists in there. But you were the writer, the director, the producer. You were.
It was my first film short. It was a surprise to me. I just wanted to see the character. I had this character in my mind called Sometimes Jones. And I just wanted to see what I'd never seen myself the way I wanted to see myself in a film. I was doing characters for other people. So when I would watch the show, it would be me doing somebody else's character. And I always pictured me doing something else, a different kind of character.
Yeah.
So when I did Escape from Alcatraz, I got more money for doing Escape from Alcatraz than I'd ever dreamed anybody would ever mention that figure in a conversation that I was privy to. So it blew my mind. I didn't know what to do with it. And here's the decision. This is the decision that I mulled over. I had two choices. I could either it's huge, thousands and thousands of dollars. I could blow it all on a party and drugs and just be king of Hollywood for about an hour.
Well, yeah, valid choice.
Or I could make a film short and see what the hell I had in my mind for Sometimes Jones, his character. So I made a decision to do the movie, but I didn't know how to make a movie. I just wanted to see the character. I didn't know the process to get there.
Yeah.
So I called, one of the actresses in the committee, I was in the committee in San Francisco, she said, why don't you write a film short? And her husband was a cinematographer. Well, he was a camera operator for Hollywood, big movies, but he was a camera operator, not a cinematographer. He wanted to be a cinematographer, but he needed to get a credit, just like anything else, credit to get into the union, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So she said, he'll be the cinematographer. He'll get that credit so he can get into the union, and you have a film short, and he knows how to do that to make a film short, make a film.
Sure.
So he can be one of the producers with you, your money, Larry. But he'll take care of everything, and he did, and it got. I mean, I said, who's going to direct? And he said, you. Now, here's what I learned. Each time I learn one thing. That's what I hope.
Yeah.
And here's the one thing I learned about making film shorts. You don't edit with your cinematographer. That's
Okay.
the
Okay.
key thing.
Yeah.
Because he's editing to get in the union, and I'm editing to tell a story that's funny.
Yeah.
So there was fights galore in the editing room.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And he said, you be the director. And I thought, well, that's rather brave of him. But no, it was actually rather cagey of him. Because if I was the director and we were going to edit it together, because I didn't know how to make a film short, then he had total control.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was helping me direct, and then he
Yeah.
was helping me edit, and he wanted to get in the union.
Sure,
So
sure.
I, too late that dawned him. Oh, this is what's going on.
Gotcha.
So I threatened to burn the master, is what I did.
Oh.
To gain control back, because
Oh.
suddenly when I actually said, oh, okay, I've just learned how to make a film short, and since I wrote it and I'm directing it and I'm also editing it, that means I got control. It's me who says no or yes. And
Sure,
I
sure.
didn't discover that until a week or two into the editing process. It suddenly dawned, oh, wait a minute. Isn't the director and the writer and the producer supposed to? So that's the story of that. But I got to give it to the cinematographer, Harry Matthias, that we got an Academy Award nomination. As a matter of fact, two things. It's long, but I like
No,
That's
that's
fine.
fine. We're here for a
Yeah.
while.
I
No
love the
worries.
because
story.
it's just so weird.
Yeah, we're big
One
story
of the
people,
things you
yeah.
have to do to get into even, because I watched it, when it was all edited and we finally worked everything out.
Mhm.
And before it was color corrected, and it has markings on it, white grease pencil mark cut here, X
Yes.
here, not color corrected. So when I watched that, I wasn't expecting color correction. I didn't know anything about that. I just expected okay, we're going to just show the edit now. So
Yeah.
and I go, this is awful. I mean, color correction and the marks on it and everything. And it was just very disturbing. So I thought it was a failure, frankly. I mean, what I saw, I said, well, and he said, well, we're going to hand it into the Academy. I think we can get a nomination or something, or at least get in. So I said, no, don't, because now for some reason I had this weird thing that if you hand it in once and it's rejected, you can never hand in anything ever again. I don't know where I got that idea. So, there were the pencil markings and the uncolored correct. I said, no, don't hand it in. So he said, yeah, okay, fine. You're in charge, fine. And then about 2 weeks later, he said, well, I got good news and bad news. I go, what's the bad news? He said, I handed it in against your wishes. I go, no, man, God. And I just go, what fucking good news? And we're in. We got in. Oh.
Oh.
So I didn't even go, oh, I just, there was a silence. And he said, well, we got in, man. Don't ever do that again. So we went, and then, we had to rent, it's very expensive. You have to rent a limo. And then my girlfriend needed a gown to be at the Oscars. And I had to rent a tuxedo, and it was, and a chauffeur. And so we go after all that, and I walked on the red carpet, which I thought was kind of cool, But here's walking on the red carpet for all you people. What is it like to walk on the red carpet for the Oscars?
Mhm.
Well, first of all, your girl can't, your date or your wife or whoever, your significant other, can't go with you. You have to do it alone. It's just the stars that do it.
Oh.
Gotcha.
So that's interesting. So I said, well, goodbye.
All right.
Peace out. I'm
Yeah.
walking the red carpet, baby.
Yeah. So there's what you do is you walk along a carpet. Say, you're walking here and then you're out. So here's where all the photographers. So the flash bulbs, and there's thousands. There's like what do you call it? Are like arena basketball, high school seating. The
Mhm.
tiers.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And they're all there, and it's full of just photographers for all the newspapers all over the world. And you just hear and flash bulbs going on and off. So they're up. One goes. Next one. Okay, Larry, you're up.
Oh,
Next one.
Oh, not even one
Oh,
picture.
what an insult!
Oh,
That
Yeah,
is humbling.
the cameras
Oh my
go up
gosh.
like this. It's like this. Larry comes by.
Oh,
Oh.
Just totally. Oh, just what the. So that set up my evening. So when I
Oh,
didn't
no.
win the Oscar for best film short, I wanted to leave. And the nomination and the winner of the Oscar for a film short is not Larry Hankin. So,
I'm sure that's exactly what you heard.
did you at least
too.
get to go to one of the after parties and drink?
no, because afterwards you do what they do is they have like an after party kind of thing in the
Sure.
building somewhere. I don't know. You go. So they have these big round tables where about eight people can sit. So they do the Academy makes sure that a major star sits, because there's a lot of stars,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they make sure that at least one major star sits at every table, so nobody feels left out.
Gotcha.
So at my table, was the people, the cinematographer, his wife, me, my date. That's four right there. I think maybe there was another producer, somebody who made the phone calls and all that. So that's six, and then the star. I don't even remember who the star was. It was not a major star. And the one who accompanied that star. So I was just silent. I mean, basically it was the Sally's Diner table with this star there, and I just wanted to go home. I mean, I just.
Oh, I can imagine.
Why
Yeah.
am I here? Well,
Yeah.
this is bull. This part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So and the major star kind of sensed that I was disgruntled. So there was just silence at the table. It was just,
That's
I
funny.
mean, it was me doing that, and I didn't realize it. And man, well, why just go with this whole thing? Stop, But I was young. You want to
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
After all the
that.
fighting with, Harry in the editing room, no, I'm going to burn the negative. No.
You're like, come on, let me win.
Yeah, I mean, for all that, plus the money that I laid out and stuff like that, we had to do it in sections. We had to keep banking the film until I could raise more. Well, not raise, to earn more money. It was just
Sure.
Yeah.
going out and being an actor and then coming back and putting it in the sock drawer, cash.
Gotcha.
So that's that story. Yeah,
That's
but
your experience at the Oscars.
just one more little thing.
Oh,
And
No,
then
you go
Go
right
for
ahead.
it.
Seriously,
We
we can
have
talk
to
about
show
this all
you a
night.
movie.
Oh, good.
in an accredited movie house in LA County. It has to be shown in a real movie theater,
Okay.
Mhm.
real movie. Or that's one of the qualifications besides your film. So we didn't know this until the last minute when they say, the deadline is in 3 days, and we don't have a theater where we won't be able to get in, even though we're accepted. So Harry was just making phone calls like crazy. He was really determined, and you have to have that fire in the belly.
Yeah.
And I didn't, I was just going along with it. It was Anna's idea to write this thing, and then I got involved, and then I wanted to win, But if there's no movie theater, and then finally Harry says, "At the last minute, we got one." Okay, fine. And it was actually in my neighborhood, and it was called the Fox Theater. And I go, I know the Fox Theater, and you have to play 1 week. Has to be in a movie theater for 1 week. And all the movie theaters were booked because of all the other films.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we were really lucky. And I go, wait a minute, the Fox Theater is a porno movie theater. He said, hey man, it's a
Oh no, that's hilarious.
It's accredited, so
Well, it's an accredited movie theater. That's all. That's
Gotcha.
not to be what they show, but it's an
yeah.
accredited. And
Oh my
it was in
gosh.
my neighborhood. It
That's
was like
hilarious.
3, 4 blocks away. So I go, oh no. And my date, I'm going, what am I going to tell her? So I didn't tell her. Until we got there.
Okay.
I didn't say what. I said, well, they're showing it in a movie. We're going to go. You want? Yeah, let's go. So, and then she said, wait a minute, there's a porno theater. Yeah. But they're showing it first. So we don't have to sit for the rest of the stuff. Oh, okay. Gee, man.
Oh my
Oh, my
God.
So
goodness.
we all go in, the producer and me and blah, blah. We go and we sit in the back. And I'd say, well, it was the first show of the day. That's why we could show it first. It was the opening. I think it was noon, the noon show. So when they show our thing, and that's great, and we can just leave. So we get in, and I would have stayed, but I mean, you're with dates, and they don't know. And,
Yeah.
it's a porno movie. Who cares? It's a movie.
It's a movie.
Film. Master, shot, So we went and we're sitting we're sitting in the back, and there's only 10 people there, all males, all basically dressed in raincoats. I mean, not really, but that's
Well, yeah,
collars
Yeah.
up and no, not sitting together. No, they're all
No.
separate.
Oh yeah, no, you don't want to sit right next to somebody in that kind of place.
Yeah. So we're okay. So then lights go down, and the first movie is Sally's Diner. Cool. And then we're out of here. So because it was daylight, you can't even, you walk out and oh, look, it's Larry Hankin in a porno movie.
Oh, that's great.
So it comes on, and it still had the grease pencils on, and it wasn't color corrected yet. So I was not a happy camper. I go, oh man, and then so my girlfriend is watching it, and she's and Anna's watching it, Harry's watching. So I'm watching the other 10 guys. That's what I'm watching. And to see, so they go, okay, it's in a diner, and then it opens on a waitress and a guy sitting at the counter, very cheap, not a lot of actors. I think it was 4 actors.
Mm-hmm.
So they're, they go, oh, okay, here we go. Here's the porno thing. Okay, it's going to be with a waitress. Great. So you see them sit up and terrific. And then there's 2 guys at the counter, and I'm one of them. They're the character. So okay, 2 guys. It's a 2-on-1. Wow, it's going to be. Wow, this is very French. Great,
very French.
So and then all of a sudden, a businessman comes in. 3 guys and a girl. Oh man, this is going to be. So and the movie is going on, but nobody's taking their clothes off. There's just this narrative going on with a gun, and it's a robbery, and it's going on, and you could just see them going, and then they're looking around like, when does the clothes come?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
and then because it's a 10-minute film, and then the my character wins, and the film ends, and they go, what the? And they're checking to see, maybe I came into the wrong theater. Yeah. So then these phalanx of people in the back just get up and walk out. So we don't know what. So that was how to get an Academy Award nomination by Larry Hankin.
There we go. The glamorous side of Hollywood, right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Why you go, the upside, the perks.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Well,
The
yeah.
fame, the fortune.
It's all glamour and glitz and yeah.
Ever hear the Fred Allen quote about Hollywood? Fred Allen, yeah, he's a good guy. He said, beneath the tinsel is some real tinsel.
Oh,
That's
it's education now. If you can't find a theater, find the Fox Theater, I guess.
I
Well,
wonder
the
if-
Fox Theater is now a flea market.
Oh,
Oh,
They
there
went
you
out
go.
of business.
So
Oh,
you
no, that was the Fox Theater. Right across the street was another. There was two on the same, within a block and a half of each other.
Okay.
So the Pussycat Theater, well, obviously it's a porno movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pussycat Theater. But so I go there every once in a while because my friends live in that neighborhood, that area.
Sure.
So I pass by, I see the Fox Theater as a flea market, and okay, fine, good. But the Pussycat Theater now has, and this is weird, and I don't understand it. They have bus tours stopping in front of the Pussycat Theater, and it's mainly Asian tourists. Now,
Okay.
I've nothing against Asians; they can see whatever they want. I'll see a porny movie every now and again. I mean,
Sure.
Yeah.
a couple of years ago, I'm not drawn to it anymore. But to have a bus tour and you just see the bus pull up in front of the Pussycat Theater, and then they just unload this full bus load and they go in. And then about, I don't know, the bus comes back and they all come out and get in and they go to the next stop,
Huh.
with the farmer's market. It's just a tour of Hollywood.
Okay.
That's just
Nothing
too
is more
funny.
important than the next thing. It's just another.
Yeah.
It's
There's a tour
Right
for
for Hollywood.
everything, I think. I mean, there's tourism for everything.
Yeah, and it's
So-
Hollywood. So this is Hollywood.
Yeah.
they-
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Yeah. Too bad the Fox Theater isn't there anymore because they could include it and be like an Oscar nominated short.
Exactly.
Well, it's
Well,
there. You
diner,
just
you know.
buy jeans and T-shirts. and
Yeah.
stuff. That's all.
There should be a plaque, a little plaque.
Little plaque
Yeah,
for
yeah,
you.
there should
Yeah.
be.
Little, just,
Seriously.
Larry Hankin's Solly's Diner was shown. here.
Well, just I would just say, here lies many pornographic movies. Yeah, that's all.
There you go.
Well, did
There
you at
go.
least get the double billing with Ron Jeremy? That's the question.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Man-
were there
A
names
man who'd
in
seen
the
film
porn?
shorts in his day.
Yeah, were there at least names in the porn film so you could say, "Hey,
Oh,
I
there
had
you go.
double
I had double
billing."
billing.
We didn't
with-
see it. We left before the
Ah.
porn film started. Yeah, because
Yeah,
it
you
was
were,
it
you
was
were on a
just
date. You
not
were a
cool.
gentleman.
Gentlemen, and it was just
Yeah.
it wasn't cool. And second of all, whether or not we would have stayed or not, I just wanted to get out of there because I didn't like that. First of all, of the 10 people that were there for whatever reasons,
Other movies.
Yes.
they didn't laugh during my entire film short. So I just wanted to leave. Plus the grease pencil marks and it's not color corrected. So I just want to get out of there from the get-go. I mean, it had nothing to do with porno. I just wanted to leave.
Yeah.
I don't like people not liking my work. Which
Well,
is
I
my
think they weren't
interpretation.
expecting your work there. I
Yeah.
think that's
I
More of
love
an
it.
unexpected
yeah, yeah.
shock.
But they
thing,
made no
yeah.
announcement. Nobody made it, like,
Yeah.
ladies and
It's
gentlemen.
like we're gonna get to the porn,
Yeah, right.
but first,
You figure one guy would come out and say that.
yeah,
You-
and just
you
be
would
like,
think.
"Look, just it's 10 minutes
Or at
long.
least over the PA or something.
Yeah,
By
it's-
the way.
It's 10
Do you
minutes.
have
long."
anything else we can talk about?
Oh yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
we have
Oh
lots of
Lord,
stuff to
yes,
talk about.
yes.
Oh, cool. I'd like to just get away from the subject.
Oh,
okay?
There you go. That's fine.
that's fine. Sorry, we get on tangents, and it's hard for him to get me under control.
Well, did you want to go to the friends? or
I
did
mean,
you
we
wanna-
could go to the friends because I know
I don't care, just not that. Let's talk about anything else. Okay.
because I know when I was telling people that we were going to be interviewing you, a lot of people, Mr. Heckles, and then they started stomping on the floor. And
Whatever,
you-
whatever.
are you at the point though where you do you just embrace that, or are
Sometimes I hate it, and sometimes it's really cool. I mean,
Yeah.
it comes and goes with. You don't go into acting to be famous. That's not anything near what your dream is.
Mhm.
Your dream is to get really good roles and be really great, and have people think you're doing a good job, or at least that's where I come
Yeah,
from. I
yeah.
don't know where
Yeah.
everybody else. I mean, I just want to do a good job. That's all. and then you get quote celebrity, and people recognize you on the street, and that's cool. It's very nice, but then you get over that, and you go, yeah, all right, I'm doing a good job, so now I'm a professional. Well, once you're a professional, you're, or think of yourself, I'm being paid to earn a living, to do what I like to do.
Mm-hmm.
But then sometimes you have to pay the rent, and you have to do something you don't like to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're wearing a costume you don't want to wear. And sometimes people just get in your face about being a fan. And so it wanes, and and then and so Mr. Heckles, because it's a worldwide TV series, a sitcom, it's all over the world, and it's probably one of the most popular comes in the world.
Yeah.
I have fans in India. I mean, Mr. Heckles is very famous in India.
Really?
Interesting.
For the other characters.
Yeah.
Now, in America, he's second or third or fourth, so it's a long way around the answering. Sometimes I hate it and sometimes I love it. But it's not what I'm doing it anything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just a sidebar, and sometimes it gets in the way. Sometimes you get perks, sometimes you can get to the head of the line.
Yeah.
Mr. Hankin,
Yeah.
way. But other times it just gets in the way of whatever you're trying to do,
Yeah. Now you
it gets in the way of eating a sandwich.
yeah, I can understand that. I can totally understand
especially
that.
if you're trying to have a private moment.
Yeah, it's like,
or whatever.
can I finish my sandwich?
Oh my
Just
god!
let me have my sandwich.
Yeah.
But you and Seinfeld also have a little bit of a history.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, because you weren't you like Larry David's choice for Kramer?
Yeah. But there's another thing. See, I learned about that. Here's the one thing I learned. I was hired to imitate Kramer. Now, Michael Richards and I were friends way before Seinfeld ever had a twinkle in anybody's eye. We go way back because we look kind of like relatives or brothers, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So we were always up for the same part. So we would just meet in auditions, way before Seinfeld. But when Larry David wrote the Seinfeld imitation, they were looking for, all right, who can play Kramer? And Michael Richards said, well, Larry, I mean, I know him. We always are up for the same part. We even played brothers in a sitcom years before, about 2 or 3 years before Seinfeld. We played brothers together in a sitcom, a restaurant sitcom, where we robbed the place. We robbed the so we had worked on comedy together in a sitcom, and he said, get Larry. He looks like me, like Kramer. So they just sent me the part. And I auditioned with a lot of other people who didn't look. Well, that was the insult, because I thought, well, I'll get it. I mean, I look like Kramer. We played brothers. But when I went to the audition, there was people who hadn't looked. There was fat people, short people, guys with beards, guys bald people. I mean, I think, what the heck? I mean, I'm a shoo-in. I got this.
Yeah.
I don't even have to do anything. I just walk in. And I had to audition because of Larry David 5 times. I've never auditioned that many times for anything, ever. And after 3 times, you're supposed to be paid. If you audition more than 3 times, you get paid for that.
Yeah.
They never brought it up. I never did, because I was a young guy. I wanted to get the part, didn't want to make waves.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I got, but they did send me a little tape of the audition that they wanted me to do, which was Michael Richards doing the part. In other words, my audition part was actually a written episode that was in, that they let me watch Kramer do the episode, and they just wanted me to audition that part.
Sure.
So they gave me that part. So I just watched it, and there was no acting whatsoever. That's what people don't understand. That's not an acting part. That's an imitation part. I was just imitating Michael Richards doing
Yeah.
Kramer.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's what got me the part. There's oh, you're such a great actor. You did, Kramer so beautifully. No, I wasn't acting at all. I just watched that tape, a million times, and just imitated. That's all. Mocking. I mocked.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Okay. You have done so many things. Um, is there any one part that you haven't played that you would love to play?
King Lear.
Okay.
Interesting. I could totally
I
see
think
that.
I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Give me a couple more years, and I'll nail it.
There you go. There you go. Has there ever been
Oh, yeah, there is one other part, and that is can't remember the name. Let me see. Well, I blank out on the name of it, but well, I'll just say Monsieur Verdot.
okay. Okay.
That would be cool.
I could, yeah.
So King Lear or Monsieur Verdot.
There you
I
go.
don't think Charlie did a good job. That's why. I think I could do it better. His earlier works, I don't know, but that one I think I could.
that one right
Super
there. That
Yeah.
one right there.
Well, what other roles did you have in bit parts, or whatever, in other, say, sitcoms that you thought should have been a recurring character that you really enjoyed doing?
Everyone I ever did.
Of course.
I mean,
I get that.
I have no favorites.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I got rid of that a long time ago. No, you just go in, you just do it. I mean, the whole thing is the audition. That's the big one. I mean, if you get the audition, it doesn't really I guess it doesn't really matter. It does matter, but it's just different. In other words, if you get the audition, that's the hard part, and then comes the hard part.
Yeah. Have you ever walked out? Because I have friends that are actors that, they'll post like,
You
I
have
had
friends
not,
that
I
are
had not,
actors?
I do. I
Wow.
do. That they'll post, it's like, yeah, I had an audition today and I totally freaking blew it. And then like 2 weeks later, they're like, oh my God, I got the part. Have you ever like walked out of an audition thinking, yeah, there is no way in hell I'm getting that part? And then they call you and they're like, yeah, we want you to do the part.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll tell you exactly one, a major one. No,
Oh,
nothing
sure.
even comes close to this one. Yeah, Escape from Alcatraz, which was my first big major motion picture. I think it was my, yeah, well, so when I went to the audition, I got the call. Here's the tip off for me. When your agent calls you, say, what are you doing right now? That's a red flag. Because what are you doing right now means somebody got fired on a set and they need somebody right now, which means
Gotcha.
you have no time to rehearse anything. You have to go there and read it cold. So you have no chance of getting the part, but you have to drop whatever you're doing, interrupt your day, drive all the way out to the valley, and get turned down.
yeah.
What kind of career is this? How am I gonna pay for my father's operations later in life with this kind of bullshit going on?
Yeah.
So that's what he's saying. What are you doing right now? Oh, nothing. Why? Well, I'm into this movie that I'm watching on TV. Why? Well, you got to go down there. They're casting for Clint Eastwood's new movie. It's a big tentpole movie. You got to get down there right away. They're closing the audition in an hour, and it's out in the valley, and it's a 45-minute drive. If I just fly out there. So, you're going, you're lead footing it out there all the way to the valley. And you get there, and and that, well, what's the part? Well, well, they'll tell you when you get there. I mean, I don't need, you're not even giving me any sides. I don't have anything. I just go there, naked, blank, nothing. Yeah, they'll tell you when you get out there. Just go. Okay, boom. So I rush out there, and there's nobody there. No, there's nobody else. So that's a tell that somebody got fired.
Yeah.
Get Hankin out here, really, really, really. So, and then I go to the secretary and I say, do you have, why, she asked me, why are you here?
Why are you here?
Why are you here? Oh, I'm escape from Alcatraz. There's a part, I don't know, I'm supposed to audition. Do you have any parts, any sides, what, something? No. Well, we have, and then she takes out a screenplay. She says, well, I just have the script. You can have the script. So, okay, do you know what part or what page they're doing? No. I have. So I go, oh man, so again, I get just blown away or disgusted very, very easily. I mean, it's either on or off. That's 0 or 1. That's me. It's on or off. There's no in between. So this is off. I'm out of here. This is not going well. They don't know who I am. Somebody got fired. And the other thing is, if somebody got fired and I'm here to replace them, why didn't they call me first instead of getting me to replace the guy?
Yeah.
I agree with
What
that.
wrong with that?
Yeah.
See, so you can see the huff that I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. So I got an attitude, and I have an attitude anyway. So this is now bringing it out, and I'm going in with an attitude. Generally, I come out with an attitude. Well, that didn't go well.
Mhm.
No, I'm going in. So I sit down, and there's a lady, this very nice lady, peeks around the door. She opens the door, says, you Larry Hankin? And she sees it. I've got the script in my lap. I'm not reading it. I mean, it's on 90 pages. I don't know what part.
Yeah.
I just have it in my lap, and she looks. She says, "You Larry Hankin?" Yeah. She says, "Are you ready?" I go, "Yes, I'm ready."
Are you ready?
Yeah, that's what she said. "Are you ready?" "Yes, I'm ready. Let's just do this." So I go in, and there's now Clint Eastwood is supposed to audition with. That was kind of the bait that, well, yeah,
Okay.
you're going to audition with Clint Eastwood. Yeah, I don't want to go in. Okay, so I go in, and Clint Eastwood isn't in the room. There's just the director, I assume.
Okay.
I don't know who. Now, Don Siegel is a major icon in Hollywood. I don't know him from a hole in the wall. I don't know him from Shinola. So there's just this guy, this white-haired elder gentleman. Oh, it's an elder guy now. So, and I was young, so that's not good. I want a young guy to me. So, and this lady who's the casting director. And I sit down and so, okay. Why are you here? He says to me. You're the director, right? Yeah. I didn't say this, but I'm thinking, you're asking me why I'm here? And then she says to him, she says, well, there's only 2 parts open right now. Charlie Butch and the prison guard. And, and we're sitting, it's an empty room, and we're just sitting with 3 chairs facing one another, like that. So there's 2 and then me, and they're talking like I'm not there now, which is another insult. I mean, it's just one thing. Maybe it's not an insult, but I'm taking all this as insult. They can't do anything right because the way I went into the room. I'm not expecting anything. I just want to leave. It's I'm angry at my agents, really.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. I got it.
And I'm taking it out on these 2 people who are trying to get a movie made. So he says, why? And the guard or Charlie Butts. So he looks at me and he says, well, which do you want to do, Charlie Butts or the warden, the prison guard? So I don't know. And I said it just this way. I don't know. Nobody's told me what's going on. So he just looked at me. Now, it turns out after 3 months with the guy, because I got the part, he's a very hip and sharp guy. So he's taking this as a very confused young person, not as a guy who just wants to get out of there. And I don't like either of you two. And I just want to get out of here because this is bullshit. He doesn't see that. He thinks I'm confused and young, which actually I was confused and young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With this attitude. So he's treating me real and I'm trying to, get it. So then she says to him, no, well, we interrupting this. And she says, no, the warden, the prison guard has already been cast. And I in my mind, aha, somebody did get fired. That's why I'm here. I knew it. So already I'm right now and I'm righteous. So he goes, oh, okay. All right. Well, wait a minute. And he turns to me and he says, well, no, she says, no, the warden's been, the prison guard's been replaced this morning. He goes, oh, but anyway, the prison guard has to beat up Clint Eastwood. I don't think he can beat up Clint Eastwood. Right in front of me, she says this like I'm not there. So he turns to me, the director, and he says, you can't beat up Clint Eastwood, can you? And I go, no. And he goes, that's what I thought. Yeah, okay.
No.
So the warden's out. Okay, so this is just going to the toilet, this whole audition. And it's just a discussion. I'm not even auditioning. So he says, so what about Charlie Butts? You want to do Charlie Butts? And I don't know who Charlie Butts is. I don't know what the part is. And he's just taking all this in. He's not reacting in any way. He's just like I'm an ordinary person. And I'm going, I don't know who Charlie Butts is. And he goes, okay, let's just do a cold reading. Okay, turn to page 98. I'll do the reading with you, okay? So you want to go outside and rehearse? You get ready? Or no, let's just do it now, man. Because I just want to get out of here. Says you don't want to go. No, let's just do it now. Let's just do it now. Let's see. What page 90? Okay, we'll just read. And he says, we'll just read one page. That's it, just that page. Okay, I'll read with you. You read Charlie Butts, blah, blah, blah. So you go, okay, you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay, he closes the book. Goes, okay, you got the job. And I just sit there because now I'm really disgusted because they never tell you that. I've been auditioning at that point. I mean, 5, 6, 7 years of just, these small parts, whatever, up in San Francisco. So I know, and I've also talked to other actors because that's a big thing. When do you know that you have it? Well, they don't tell you in the audition. No actor has ever done that. So when he told me that, I'm just saying, this is bullshit. He's putting me on. Now he's insulting me. He's putting me on. He's toying me. So I just sit there and I fold my arm and he goes, and he reads it right away. And he says, you don't believe me, do you? And I go, no, I don't. He goes, okay, I tell you what. Why don't you just go home, sit by the phone, see what happens, okay? Now get out of here. That's it? That's it? Okay, and I just get out. I go, ooh, boy, I didn't get that one. Well, I did. Okay, so I got that. So now the reason that I got it took me years to figure out why. Because I told you almost verbatim, that whole thing. I mean, it was so dramatic that it'll be, it's seared in my mind, the words and everything. What he saw was the real Larry Hankin. He saw this young actor who didn't know what was going on and is confused and is hiding his confusion with anger and discombobulation. And he's giving me attitude, which is just what I want Charlie Butts to be.
Okay.
There we go.
With Clint Eastwood, this young guy who's looking for protection from this You got it.
Yes.
Because Charlie Butts in the script that I read with that director, Don Siegel, is a very small part. It's only like 3 or 4 scenes. And he doesn't say much, which is why I liked it. I didn't have much. I would be in a big scene, a big movie. All the scenes were with the star, but I didn't have much to memorize or do. So it was a lark. If I got
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was, once I got the part, I saw, oh, great, this is, you know, so it was a small part. So I could ease into being into a major motion picture, you know, because
Yes.
Yeah.
So he read me perfectly. He hired the right guy, even though.
Even though you thought, yeah.
But when I got there, well, I mean, so I guess the upshot was there's 3 surprises. That was the first surprise that I even got it. So that was the first, holy cow, wow, it's a major motion picture. I didn't even ask what the money was. Or the billing, I just wanted to be in it. Okay, so that's 1. 2, when I got there, I was so enamored and impressed with this major motion picture and the money involved. And they made it rain. They made it rain. The opening shot of Escape from Alcatraz is he arrives on boat in a rainstorm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no rain. It was a clear sky. So that was the first day that I showed up. They said, well, you're going to see the opening shot. It's a major shot. I go, oh, great. You know, so I get there in the morning because there's boats going there. You have to go in the morning. That's when the boats leave, in the morning. And they go back at night. So they go, oh, great. It was you're shooting when they're doing the major shot. And I go, oh, great. When? He says, at 8:00 tonight. It's got to be dark. I just showed up. It's, 8:30 in the morning. I got to hang out on Alcatraz Island until 8:30. After that, he says, after the major shot. But I got to watch a major motion picture and the money. So I go to Alcatraz. I'm waiting around all day. That's a whole other thing. And finally, I get to see this major shot. Okay, so Clint is in the boat on the bay. He's coming in, and they've got the entire dock area and the landing and out into the water, these pipes of rain pipes. And if I stand back to where, I can watch with the other people who are watching, the crew, it's a clear, moonless, star-studded black sky. And right over there is rain pouring down. I mean, it's amazing. My mind was, holy cow. I've never seen them that much.
Yeah.
And then I had this small little opening scene. Okay. But I was so amazed by all this that I would show up every day. Even when I wasn't, they gave me a motel right by the dock, so I didn't have to walk. I just walked out of my hotel down to the dock, get on the boat. My costume was the same every day: blue shirt, blue jeans, shoes, and white socks. So I would just get dressed and hang out with the extras and with Clint Eastwood and with the director, because I wanted to learn now movies. So that was my big lesson. 3 months,
Yeah.
What was I was going to tell you something about. Oh yeah, so this small part of 2 and 3 scenes, because I was just showing up in costume in case they needed an extra. I thought, well, I'm in costume, why not me? And that's exactly what the director did, Don Siegel, who was like my grandfather. I mean, that was the relationship. He would say, he would look around and he'd see me. I'd always be near him or the camera. And he'd go, Larry, get in the cell there. The camera be, what am I doing? Well, what? Just get in there, will you? What am I doing? I don't know. Just, it doesn't matter. Then why am I in the scene? Because Clint and the warden are going to be talking, and it's a big close up of them facing side views. Okay. And there's a big hole in the center. We're shooting into the cell. So I just want a body in there, just so there's something else going on, not this hole in the center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I got in this. Well, he did this all throughout the 3 months I was there. He would just look around and say, Hankin, get in this scene. Like, for instance, when Robert's Blossoms cuts off his hand in the shop, I'm not in that scene. That's not a Charlie Butt scene.
Yeah.
Hankin, get in there. Well, why? Just get in there. That's
Get in there.
Don't argue. Get in there.
Just get in there, will you? And I go, yeah, sure, fine. And then when when he chops it off, he tells the guy, get a shot of Hankin almost throwing up. Larry almost throw up. Well, because he just got his hand off. Come on, just throw up. Okay. Okay, great. All right, moving on. So he'd do this all through the movie. So my part is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and no lines. As a matter of fact, he would cut lines from me. He'd say, don't say that. There's an important line that I had that I really did. I based my character on it, my intent. There's a line, because at the end of the movie, I'm left behind, right?
Yeah.
Yes. At the end of the movie, I'm left behind. And there's a shot of me being left behind, standing in the thing. That's not in the movie either. I mean, in the script. That's get in there. Get in there. You bet. Because now I knew what was going on. He was just putting me in the movie.
Mhm.
So when I saw the movie, here's the third one, the big surprise. The movie starts. This is for the crew. Is production and crew, private movie. You can invite guests if you want, but it's just for us, just for the movie. Okay, and Escape from Alcatraz, starring Clint Eastwood, co-starring Larry Hankin.
There you go. Yeah, co-starring.
Wow. Yeah.
That wasn't in my contract. That was, I signed up for 3 scenes. I think it was 5 lines.
Yep.
But there you are.
There you
Putting
are.
me in that. I mean, that's why he was putting me in the movie, not for the title, but because it was working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He needed that to soften Clint. He needed the sidekick. I was basically his sidekick.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It was what it turned out to be. That's what he was doing. He was producing, the director was producing a sidekick for Clint's character. And so that kind of softened it, gave him a little humanity.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that, but that's what Charlie Butts was being used at. But because of that, I was paid a co-star salary, which I didn't sign up for. I was paid for a featured player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a win-win-win-win-win-win.
Win. Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
That
I guess-
blew my mind, man.
Yeah. I guess you just never know till you get on set what's going to happen then.
Yeah, generally it happens the other way,
Yeah, it's
Where's
like,
my
yeah, we
scene?
don't
Well,
need
that
you.
was cut.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I had 3 other sides, but it was, it's on the floor. What advice, because you have been acting since 67, 68?
Since 1607.
Since 1607, before they even had movies. You were
I've
there.
I've been acting since I graduated college. I mean, I never did anything else but act. I mean, I've held other jobs to pay the rent, but the longest was 2 weeks. The shortest was a half a day. I mean, I would just work enough to get the rent, and then I would leave.
Yeah.
I mean,
Totally
why
get
am I
that.
here other than getting the rent? So
Yeah.
2 weeks I'd had the rent. One day I just couldn't take it. It was in a cubby hole, just counting how many women voted for a fuchsia red lipstick. The
Yeah.
inserts in magazines, it falls out,
Yeah.
So it was for a famous lipstick company, Leclerc, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Lipstick. And the thing was a vote. They had like 5 different reds. And it was like an L magazine or a Harper Bazaar.
Yeah.
It had 3 different types of red, and it said, which color would you prefer to use as lipstick? Send it in. And I was the one guy in this hovel, this little cubbyhole in this downtown Manhattan, brick building, this old building, counting the votes. Oh, there's a few, this is red, this kind of red. And I could only take it for half a day. So
I don't even know if I'd be able to handle that for half a day, but God love you for
what
hanging
I
out for
did
that.
was I cashed in, though. I mean, in a small way. I mean, I was only getting like, I don't know, like $15. I mean, I don't know if that was a lot of money or whatever, but I was getting like $15 an hour or God knows what. So I worked half a day and then I couldn't go back. I took a break for lunch and I just didn't go back. I didn't call in or anything. I didn't go back for the money. I mean, I just walked away from the job. But about a month later, I didn't have the rent again. I had gotten the money some other way, or I borrowed it, whatever. I didn't have, and I had a roommate, so I only needed half the rent. I didn't, so I said, oh my God, they owe me for half a day. I got to get that money. I was desperate. Well, in the beginning, man, you're desperate.
Yeah.
You'll do anything. It doesn't matter, man. I got to get the rent. And they owe me half a day, and that's just enough, maybe to get me over the hump or whatever. And I could. So what I was doing was my roommate, Carl Gottlieb, who wrote Jaws, by the way.
Yeah.
That was years to come. We didn't know that.
Yeah.
But what he was doing, he was reviewing movies for a cheap little neighborhood newspaper. But what they did was they fed you frozen shrimp. The frozen shrimp, the bowl, and you dip it in the ketchup.
Yeah.
sauce.
Yeah.
So that's what they served at all the movies to be reviewed in Lower Manhattan. And,
Okay.
Life magazine, Reader's Digest, it didn't matter. It is all cheap little newspapers. One viewing. You all go in, you are served wine, white or red, maybe some champagne, and frozen shrimp. And I was starving. My roommate wasn't. So he would take these linen napkins, not a paper napkin, but a linen napkin. Back in the day,
Yes.
linen napkin.
Yes.
He would take a handful of frozen shrimp, wrap it in a napkin, put it in his suit pocket. You had to have a suit.
Mhm.
Everything was suits. He put it in his suit pocket, and that was my dinner. He would bring it home to me, and I would save the napkins. So there was napkins all over the place. It was a reminder to me, but also in Carl's face, that this is how many free meals you've given me.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Hanging them up.
You must have had quite the
Just all
collection.
shrimp.
Yeah.
What?
You must have had quite the collection. there.
Really? A lot. And I took 2 or 3 of the napkins, tied them together, like a rope to escape,
Yeah.
and I made a sling for my arm. And I went back to the lipstick counting place,
Okay.
with my arm in a sling. And I said, hi, I came for my check. And they go, oh, Larry. And they were all older women. I mean, they were very nice.
Mhm.
I mean, oh, Larry, I was a young man. So, oh, Larry, what happened to you? You went and you didn't come back. What happened? I said, I was in a car accident during lunch. And they took me to the hospital. I couldn't call you. I'm sorry, I broke my arm, but I need to check. Oh, of course. Here, here's your money. Come back anytime. Come back, when you heal. Okay, I will. And I just got the check and never went back again. I mean, the deviousness of what I did as a young man to just pay the rent, and it was crazy, and I would swab duckboards in a bar from 2 to 6, and then, take rashers of bacon and stick behind my back to eat. Or little cans of, the tiny cans of tiny Vienna sausages.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they wouldn't make a lump. I always
Yeah.
wore a raincoat to work, so it wouldn't stick out.
There you go.
Tiny cans, anything flat. And then I quit after 2 weeks because then they'd start to see the larder was being, hey, wasn't there, what happened to the Vienna sausages? Where?
I could have sworn we had more bacon. Where's
Yeah,
that?
well, we had more bacon. So I got out of there. I would always stand by the door. They would let me out. They locked me in for, I don't know why, but they locked the door. So it was just me. And so the first thing I do is, I clean the bar. And then the last half hour was for me it was a bar and grill. So I'd go in the cold room and I takes everything. And then I'd wait by the door. And then the chef would come in. He'd unlock the door. And I'd wait by the door with this raincoat buttoned up, full. And I'd go, and he'd open the door and I'd just slip out, oh, hi, Ray, how you doing? See ya. Boom, and out. But after 2 weeks, I'd say Ray is he's
Yeah.
gonna find out.
They're gonna notice. They're gonna
Yeah,
notice. Thank
yeah.
goodness they didn't have surveillance back then.
And then,
'Cause-
so then
Yeah.
luckily I started to get jobs as a stand-up comedian. So, but yeah, it's
there you
Good
go. There
the
you
good
go.
old days, the deviousness.
Yeah. So what would be your advice to somebody just getting started?
Don't. I mean,
Don't.
that's a stupid thing to do. I mean, first of all, I mean, what? You want to be a stand-up comedian or you want to be an actor? I wanted to be a stand-up comedian. That's all I wanted to do. Acting was just the money. I was just doing it for the money to make my little film shorts. So I was moonlighting as an actor. That's why I didn't take big parts because I 3 months I did 3 months on Alcatraz and then I said, oh, well, that's too long. I mean, it's great. The money is great, but I didn't know about that. That was a gift. But sometimes you just hang around, and all day and wait to go on and blah, blah, blah. So my advice is that do the research on the back end of acting. I mean, I never went to acting school.
Yeah.
I've witnessed, I've gone for like a day or something like that to just watch. And acting school has nothing to do with movie acting. It has nothing to, because there's crews and there's lights and there's budgets and there's producers and there's people yelling at you. Well, why is he wearing the bathrobe? What's change your bathrobe. I like this bathrobe. We just take that bathrobe off and why aren't you talking to me? Why are you yelling at him? It's that what's going on right before. And people are talking to you or, hey, how's your day? I've got to memorize my part. And people can do that. I mean, other actors can do what I can't do. I'm dyslexic. So I have a hard time memorizing or keeping the focus. If I memorize it here and then I go over there, I've already forgotten what I remembered.
I get that.
Yeah.
Totally get that.
So I don't recommend acting at all to anybody. I don't. I really, if you can do something else, do it. And if you want to be an actor, that's not enough. You have to have fire in your belly and want it. You have to need it. And I'm being serious.
Yeah.
We get that.
Yeah. Because if you're just waiting for it to come to you,
Yeah, it's not going to come to
you're
you.
going to be waiting tables.
It's not going to come to you. You
Yeah.
have to have fire in the belly. And I never did. I was just doing it to get money for my film shorts. So sometimes I turned down jobs because they didn't feel like it, which is ridiculous. Or I would get into arguments about smiling. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
no, you got to smile in this thing. It's the end of the movie. We're smiling. Everybody's smiling. My character wouldn't smile. But it has nothing to do with your character. It's the end of the movie. But I haven't smiled in the whole movie. My whole intent of my character was not to be smiling. He's downtrodden. He's carrying a drum on the back of his back through the entire movie. That's funny. But smiling kind of undercuts everything I've been doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've not been smiling in the whole movie? This is what a director told me. You haven't been smiling in the whole movie? No, I'm carrying the drum. What have I got to smile about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Verbatim. This is, you have it. Jerry, on the bus. Remember, I got on the bus. I was looking for my drum. Somebody had stolen my drum. And I was looking all night for the drum, and I got on the bus. I'm going back home. It was just me and the bus driver on the bus with the second unit, and you were directing. I didn't smile in that scene. You didn't see that I wasn't smiling? You weren't smiling in that scene? Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
I mean, so, you got to be able to go with that. I mean, the good stuff, the big parts with the great directors, John Huston, Larry David.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that too. But that's not all the time.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
it's not.
You've got the directors that haven't noticed you haven't smiled the whole movie.
There's
I
like,
mean,
there's like
Yeah.
stupid people in every job available on earth.
Yes.
You'll run into some person who won't get it. Sometimes it's me who doesn't get it. Okay, that's par for the course. And sometimes it's the director. Sometimes it's the producer, people paying you to smile, and you don't want to smile? What's the matter with you?
Yeah, it's like
Well,
smile the whole
somebody
time.
once told me what was wrong with me, and I didn't get it for like 2 years.
Okay.
A little old Italian man in Italy. I had been complaining about a part that I had in Italy to the production secretary in the production office.
Mhm.
So I, had the fight, come back, and I'm complaining to her. Blah, blah, blah. And who you get any complaints about that director out there? I mean, we're arguing. And she says hello to somebody behind me. I look around, and it's a little old Italian man. I don't even know if he could understand English. But I said, oh, do you want to come in? Because I was blocking the door. He goes, no. He says, and he's talking to me. So obviously he's been there for a while, just listening to me rant to this woman who I didn't know if she could understand English. It's in Italy. It's in Rome.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just ranting, that director, he's just telling me to smile and the whole character. And he goes, you someday, going to be a director. Really? How do you know that? Because you can't take direction. And he just walked away. I go, wow. It took me 2 years to really understand. Right.
Mhm.
Wanted me to smile. I'm an actor. He's the director. It's his movie. Smile. What the hell is wrong with you? No, my intent, my character, you weren't watching.
Mhm.
In other words, it's this deflection, this defensive, bullshit of, I'm only here for the money. Let me just do what I want to do.
Yeah.
I get that too.
I get that. Oh
Uh,
my goodness. We could talk to you all day. Seriously. I love listening.
Well, I just wrote a book about everything I've been talking to you about.
Yes,
Well, then
tell us about the
plug
book
that.
real
Plug
quick.
the book.
Yeah.
Plug the book, please.
Plug it.
Well, it's just I'm looking for a manager or an agent. If you have a literary agent, I'm looking for a
Oh,
literary agent. You
Okay.
can't sell a book without a literary agent. So
That's
if anybody
true.
out there with a literary agent, just call. I don't know. Call my manager. Call me. Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, you see these paintings? Oh, can I
Yes.
do a commercial?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
Do it.
Do it.
Okay. You see those paintings back there?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You see this paint? These are my paintings. I have 40 of them up on my box. Here.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Made them into a T-shirt. You ready?
Yes.
Drum roll.
Hit us.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Here, now, this is right up here. That's this. That
Okay.
painting is as big as those.
Okay.
Okay.
This is my biggest seller.
Okay. I have seen that.
Oh, wow.
I have seen that one.
Yeah,
Yes.
a lot of people buy it.
Yeah.
It's only $13, So go to
Oh,
my, there's 40 of them. There's 40
Okay.
T-shirts like
Gotcha.
that.
Okay.
Now they're about $300 a piece, that big. they're museum quality.
Yeah.
That's museum stuff. But the t-shirts are only $13.
Okay.
There's just 30 of them. So the reallarryhankin.com.
Okay, yeah, we'll put a link to that.
We'll put a link.
And-
Yeah.
Yes.
Not larryhankin.com. That's been being held for ransom. That's been stolen.
Oh,
And I
Okay.
won't pay. So
Screw
the
those
real Larry
people.
Hankin.
Yeah.
yeah.
The real
LarryHankin.com.
LarryHankin.com.
That-
Yes.
And I'm also learning the guitar. Be warned. I'm going to come up with an album
Okay.
Okay.
in a
Okay.
couple of years. Don't worry about it. Nice
Okay.
guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's spooky.
That's-
He has to make an
Yeah.
appearance in all of our.
And he gets paid for that.
interviews.
That's a walk-on. He
Yeah.
gets paid for that.
He gets extra treats when he walks on
Okay.
Exactly.
and extra belly rubs. So
Very good. I'll go
yes,
for
yes. His full name is Prince Spooky the First.
Prince. Princey?
Yes.
Prince Spooky, the first.
So
Okay. Is there a second or a third? Or
there is
Not
not
yet.
Not yet.
Okay, so it's unique.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hang on
by-
to that title, Prince.
Yeah.
By the way,
So-
if you need a really crappy bass player on your album, I'm your guy.
Oh, okay, because you're going to get a crappy guitar player. on
Exactly.
your-
There you go. We'll just put
Okay.
our crappiness
there we
together and see
go.
what happens.
Just call it the
There we go.
Crappies. What? I mean, form a new group, new power group, the
New
Crappies.
super
The
group,
Crappies.
Crappies.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. There you
Okay,
go.
fine. We're on our way.
Yeah.
go.
Now all you need is a drummer and you've got it made. So
Well, you go with what you have.
Yeah.
You play the cards you're dealt.
there you
Yeah.
Look for
go.
loopholes.
Why?
That's
Well,
my
yeah.
addition to that.
Yeah.
Look for loopholes. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I hear Peter Chris is looking for a gig, so there you go. So there you go.
You're awful. You're awful. This is what I
Hey,
married.
kiss jokes. Come
I know.
on.
This
Come
is what I
on. Who
married.
doesn't love
I
a good kiss
apologize.
joke?
He wants to be. He's really. Is that the leader of the band? That
That's
guy?
the drummer.
The drummer.
You know, the
Oh, the
one that
drummer.
was painted by the cat, and they kicked him out, and the whole night.
Right.
It's just it's hilarious.
It's a thing.
It's a backstage hilarious shit show, is what it is. So there you go.
Gotta love that. Well, yeah, we've been talking to you for like an hour. I could seriously like
We're gonna have to have Larry
I could
back on if
yes.
Larry would like to
Yeah.
come back.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you get-
anytime. Just give me a call.
yeah, if you get
Fine.
an agent for your book and want to come on and plug it, let us
Yeah.
know. We'll
Well,
definitely
I'm
have
looking
you back.
for a literary agent. But
Yeah.
okay, cool.
There you go.
Yes,
And when the
awesome.
book comes out, that's it's going to be a
Yes.
great book. It's going to be a great book. It's
Yes.
these stories that I'm telling you, plus my life. It's the whole thing.
Which I mean, you just have led an amazing
Interesting
life.
one.
An
It's been
interesting life. I am pretty sure you have so many more stories that we would love to listen to. But
I've been
just-
threatened three times. My life has been threatened 3 times.
oh my goodness.
We're close to death. Close to death. Oh yeah, you gotta read it. You
I
gotta-
was gonna say, don't tell
Yes,
us too much. We have
yeah,
to leave some
yeah.
stuff for the book.
Exactly. Leave some stuff for the
Leave
book
some stuff for
and
the
next
pages.
time you come on.
Yes.
Definitely come on again.
Definitely, definitely. We would love to have you back on, and definitely we will do
Just
the
give me a
link.
call.
Yeah,
Will
we will
do.
do the link for the
Definitely.
real LarryHankin.com
There we go.
for your artwork. But yeah, I've seen that elephant. I have seen that
Yeah,
elephant
people.
t-shirt.
I guess people wear it. They don't only buy it; they wear it.
Yeah,
Very
so
cool.
that's cool. So yeah, we will definitely have you back on. Once you get that literary agent for the book and all that, you can come back on and plug it. We'll plug your artwork again.
Sure.
We'll,
or
we'll
if you
plug
just,
whatever you want to
or if
plug.
you just want to come on and tell more crazy
Yeah.
stories about being on the set and being on the road and stuff. It's all
Well,
good.
that's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, this has been great. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Okay. We'll
Take it
talk to you
easy.
later.
Okay.
Okay,
thanks.
bye.
Bye.
Well, hey, gang.
Yeah, the amazing Larry Hankin, who he's that guy in everything. I mean, he has been in so many things. Look at his IMDb.
His IMDb, look up his Wikipedia, the whole
Yeah,
nine. I mean,
check out-
fascinating guy.
Yeah, check
Oh my
out
God.
Solly's Diner. It's on
Yes.
YouTube.
Yes, it's very funny.
It's 10 minutes of your life, but it is. I laugh.
I think
mean,
I think it's a real interesting staple of comedy in the late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, because
And it's a nice slice, and it's by people who know comedy.
yeah.
So it's very interestingly done. And oh my gosh, being shown in the porno theater, that's a great story.
I mean,
you guys need to come back with more stories.
Yeah.
because I could listen to that all day long.
We have learned the glamorous side of the Oscars, and eye opener. We will be back with so many people. Many people. I think we have three or four more coming up in the next week alone. So stay tuned, come back, and we will see you later with more margaritas, more interviews.
There you go.
Till next time.
Bye now.
Bye.